Alright, I am really excited about this product. So this is more than just a selfie stick here. This is actually like a professional monopod here. It does come with this little remote shutter that you can use to either turn on the video or just take a picture from the shutter. It looks like it's really heavy duty according to the package and according to the description, and that's why I picked it up. Because I want to be able to mount my DSLR camera to it, and that was exactly what I saw in some of the pictures. So what we're going to do is go ahead and unbox it here at this point. So that way you guys can all see it. And what do we got? Lots of little toys. So first off, here's the Bluetooth shutter control. Switches in the off position. It's controlled by one of these little batteries that you probably have a million of. Flip it to on. Starts to flash because it's trying to pair up. It's easy enough to do this with your phone. I've already done it before with one, but maybe we'll go about doing it here in a little bit. Nice little hand grip. So I actually had just trialed a selfie stick that was not adjustable, and it was really difficult to get my hand in there since I guess I have big hands. And this is convenient to be able to put it in, tighten it up. There you go. So now I know I'm not going to drop the stick. So that's nice. I like that little clip. Makes it easy to take on and off. Not sure what this is. Oh, instructions. Nope. Spare battery. That's it. Just a spare battery for this, I'm assuming. And then this appears to be my phone mount. So, you know, I have a very large phone. I have a Galaxy Note 3, which is sometimes very difficult to fit into these cases. This one does go in. It is a little difficult, but it still goes in, so that's fine. And the Note 3 is in a case, and then once it's in, it is in. There is no shaking this one to get it loose. So there's a bit of a little extra lip right there. I mean, that's going to keep it from falling out forward. And there's one on the bottom as well, so there's no worry about that happening. And this part right here that it's attached to is foam. Of course, taking it off is a bit of a different story. There we go. There's got to be a better way of doing this. Maybe just don't know. But this is foam right here that's actually resting on your phone, so you don't have to worry about it scratching or scuffing it up, except for when you're taking it on and off with the little overhanging piece. It does have the little metal mount here, and this is kind of the standard camera mount. So I'm excited to get to that here in just a second. This here, pop open the box here to see. I have no idea what this is. It says compatible GoPro sports camera. So this apparently goes to a GoPro to adapt so you can put it on your monopod here. I don't have a GoPro, so not relevant to me. I imagine the same thing with this as well. So now we're going to get to the monopod itself, and it does come with some instructions, but we don't need to read that. And kind of odd that this has this here, maybe this goes to this device. That way you don't lose it. Yeah, I bet that's it. That way you don't lose it. And then you've also got your wrist strap here. It's not adjustable, unfortunately. So once it's on, there's no tightening it to make sure you don't lose it. I would like to see it be adjustable. This grip is pretty fancy. It's sort of like a bicycle grip on some of the older style bicycles, where it's got that flexible little comb type of feature there at the end. And then down here it looks like we've got another camera mount, or a universal camera mount. So I'm assuming I can use this to go onto a tripod. so that way I could get some more height out of it if I really wanted to. Up here we've got the standard camera mount as well. You know, this is where you can put in your phone mount or your DSLR camera or point and shoot if you wanted to use that. It's like you twist this a little bit to tighten. Ooh, and I like how it's in notches. You know, it moves into certain spots. You're not going to be able to get it exactly the angle that you want if it's not one of these perfect little notches, but this kind of locks it in place so you know it's there and you can tighten it up, and since it locks in a little bit, that gives it a little bit more security and it's not going to flex and move that much, so that's good. And then in order to extend the monopod out, you just flip one of these things and you pull it. Look at that. So that is some nice heavy duty quality metal right there. Not typical of most of your selfie sticks. And this thing just keeps going. This last one starts to get a little thin. I don't know how well I would feel about putting my DSLR camera on that and hanging it out there, but you know what? We're going to find out. So it looks like I just have my kit lens on here. We're going to go ahead and take this phone mount off. And I do like that little twist device right there. I've seen this on a number of more professional pieces of equipment versus some of the cheaper ones where you actually would twist the phone over and over again, turning it around and around, or not phone, but the mount or the phone or the camera until you get it on there. But this way you just lock that in place. Once it's on nice and sturdy, there we go. I'm going to grab the end. So I do worry that if I were to bounce this, that it would break. I mean, I can definitely feel some bend and some flex in it, more than I am happy with putting in a DSLR camera on the end. Now here we go. We're a little bit better. There is a little bit of bend and flex with it. So maybe just don't take it out all the way. That last piece seems to be pretty weak, but you're able to bounce this one around a little bit and feel better about it. I should also add that it's really awkward holding this heavy of a device this far out with one hand. You're definitely going to want to do like the Les Stroud style, where you stick it in your gut and then you hold it with the other hand out like that. Well, you can't see the end of it, but I mean it's basically sitting in my gut right there. That way you can hold it and have the camera actually facing you still, because it is really heavy putting a DSLR camera on the end of this thing. Oops, already did that one. So we'll collapse this one up. And this is a little bit easier, of course. And here's if you just wanted to get a picture of yourself, but you didn't want to hold the camera and you wanted to be a little bit farther away from you. And you can hold it out. And this is comfortable. Definitely comfortable enough for 1 or 2 pictures. So that's not a big deal. Anyway, that appears to be the review for the monopod here. This little remote is likely not going to work with my camera here. Since it is Bluetooth, my camera is not Bluetooth. My camera does have a remote on its own though, so I can always just bring that along. I think I bought mine for like $6 through Amazon, maybe it was even $5. It was a really good deal, compatible with the Nikon cameras, so I would suggest getting that too. And this, I've already actually paired a separate one of these with this phone before, so I know that these things work as well. And I mentioned you can actually set it up, and if you double click the iOS button on an Android phone, you can get it so that way it'll record video, and if you single click this one, then of course you'll get your picture and your shutter in that case. So anyway, that's the review. I did receive this whole thing in exchange for my review for a discount. I'm very happy to have it though. I'm definitely going to get some use out of this. I'm glad to have gotten it, well, except for these 2 pieces, unless I buy a GoPro, which I doubt it. But if you have any questions or comments, make sure to make them, and I'll get to them as soon as I can. And appreciate a yes vote if this was helpful for anybody. Thanks.